Hello, welcome back to Outer Travel Inner Journey on relationship again. Here I am, Alexandra, with my lovely Ulli. Hi.
Hello and a wonderful good morning.
Wonderful good morning to you all. We had a request on what we should talk about and give insight to from one of our listeners, and this coincidentally was a subject between you and me, Uli, lately. And it's about when we do come to a relationship with different strengths. So we come with these, somebody is more a leader or somebody is more who supports. And so that can sometimes go pear-shaped, as in somebody becomes too domineering or somebody becomes too, like if somebody's super expressive, somebody can get jealous about that, around that. So today we want to talk about that. Uli, what do you say about domineering and jealousy?
Domineering, engineering. I think in our relationship, you are I would not say the more dominating one, but you are the one who is more expressive and more the leading type, whereas I am more let's say, supporting one, the supporting type.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We met under, let's say, spiritual circumstances in a retreat, and for you, I was in the beginning the kind of Hanuman, this Indian monkey god that is well known for his supporting role. He's a big supporter.
Yes.
And from my whole history, and I think also from my genes, from my setup, I am definitely a supporter, and I like to help. I like to support. I like these things. And you are the one who is exploring new frontiers,
Yes.
and you run to new adventures more openly, like I do, and I support you in these things.
Yeah. And then there is moments also in our relationship where that works quite well. And sometimes there are moments when I get into the habit of really pushing and pulling and thinking, because you are so supportive, that I'm always on the right track. And that can then lead to disruption, which it lately did. I wasn't aware of your conundrum of noticing that you've lost a little bit of your own power. And it wasn't, I didn't hear disrespect when you mentioned that to me. I want to say that, yeah, I didn't feel like I was disrespecting your individuality, but it was more or less because when somebody gains power like I do, like in the relationship, in bringing new frontiers to the relationship and into our family life, then it's like a rolling stone. It kind of adds up. It's like a snowball system, and I feel like this is right and that is right, and I forget to overlook that your support is as important, and the support also holds different qualities. And I find that the qualities are the centering in it and the arriving in the newfound situations. But maybe you can tell how, like people are interested in what we can do when we find ourselves being overpowered by the other person.
Yeah, I think you formulated that quite well. You became like a rolling, you can become like a rolling stone. Yeah,
An avalanche, to be honest.
big one, and rolling and rolling. And I just have also sometimes a tendency to stumbling with it and to go with it. Let's say when I had it in early times when I went. When I go to travel with some people or walk with some people in a new town, a new city, then I'm normally never the one who is leading. One is leading, we go there, okay, and I walk and I look around and find everything beautiful. And so I'm not the one who is leading, and I can easily be rolled on a track that maybe I inertly don't want and don't like. And so this happened freshly with us. And what can you do then? What I did was I spoke it out, and that was the only thing that helped me there. And I felt very strong when I spoke it out. And I saw that it was also for you an eye opener. You didn't realize that. How can you realize that?
Yeah.
I have sometimes the feeling, oh, she has to realize that she's doing a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
And of course, you cannot realize because you're a completely different personality than me. And you think, of course, what you do there is right also for me. And so I have to, and I did, I have to stand up and say, look, until here, not further on. And then the thing is normally, but it's solved. But you have to do it again and again. The situation will rise up again and again, also within our relationship. And there's no instant solution for eternity.
And I don't think we are offering an instant solution, something for eternity, but it's a relationship requires this base of rebalance all the time. That's what we're learning both more and more, even though we both feel like we're deeply in love with each other. But love is not the answer to all day-to-day questions and to all the blind spots we have or the strong features we have. But I think what we're trying to offer here is to find a safe space and a safe word, maybe, to whoever is feeling sometimes they are overlooked or manipulated. And that is something that you first probably fell in love with. We were talking about it just earlier. It's like this, you can admire the woman's hair, for the very first time when you meet her. and then you find the hair in the sink and, in your clothes and maybe in your soup. And then suddenly it's like, oh God, this hair, and that's the other side of a coin in a relationship and in this human life. It's all our strengths become our weaknesses at the same time. And when they turn into the dark side of the relationship, when something becomes so strong for the other partner that they can't endure it anymore, then you have to have a safe word. That's what I feel. You have to have a safe word, like, here, stop, like, this is bananas, whatever you kind of think about. If you don't have the strength to voice where you're at, maybe you can find this word in your relationship. What do you think?
Yeah, that's right. And for this, absolutely necessary is that you first have the confidence to do this. The confidence with yourself that your emotions, your feelings, your structure is important and is not kind of less worth than the other ones.
Exactly.
So the other thing that is very, very helpful, and I think not only helpful but crucial, is that you have a sense of nurturing the relationship and nurturing the other and help the other one to grow. You want to grow yourself, but you want also to grow the other one, and you want to grow the relationship. So there are three parties that have to be fed and have to be managed. And so it's in the first case, it's a kind of management. And one should keep his opinions and emotions out of this game as much as possible. You have your opinions, okay, but they're only opinions. You have the emotions, they are wonderful or not so wonderful sometimes, but that are emotions. The main thing what you have to do in a relationship is you have to manage it, like you manage your relationship to your child, to your whole family, and the same is true for the relationship to your beloved.
I disagree. I'd like to disagree, even though we're kind of almost done with this part of the show. But I think emotions are super important. Like, without emotions, I cannot be compassionate. And so you cannot say, like, leave your emotions out of the relationship. That is impossible. But it's leave the emotions out of the relationship if you use them to manipulate someone. that is what you were trying to say, I think, here. You know, like if you say, this really hurts me and you're hurting me all the time, and it's about you, or me constantly, you know, like in order for me to feel safe in the relationship, you have to behave like that, then that's manipulation. If there is a condition to your emotion, I think that's what you're saying. That's the kind of emotion you have to leave out.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you cannot leave your emotions out because your emotions are there, but you should leave your emotions out to work on the relationship. To work on the relationship, the emotions are not the real right helper. They can easily be used, and I know it from myself. I have a tendency also to do it. Look, I feel like this and that, so better let it what you're doing because I feel like that. It's okay to feel like that, but if you want to work on a relationship, just stay to the facts and use your intellect and use your brain to that. Your emotions are there. Your emotions are beautiful or they are ugly, but not to use them as a means of working on a relationship.
Maybe we can talk about emotions like jealousy and all these things in the next show. So, dear listener, if you're ready to clue in with us, if you find these videos engaging, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, or ask a question in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer. Bye for now.